Hi, hello, and welcome to Pixel City. Rolls Royce is a brand that one would quickly connect with luxury. Rolls Royce is known to make one of the most comfortable and luxurious cars in this planet. For this utmost comfortable experience, one has to pay a price which is way more than the price of any other car that you may have ever owned. Every Rolls Royce car is unique in its own way, and that also determines the price. Here we have a video that explains why a Rolls Royce car is expensive and its history and what is Spirit of Ecstasy. Before jumping, make sure to like this video if you like what you learn. Always share your knowledge with your friends and family. To watch more exciting videos like this, please subscribe to Pixel City. Unlike other cars, Rolls-Royce cars are not mass-produced. The work for a Rolls-Royce car would only start after the customer places an order. In short, these cars are built to order, which means extra care is taken while manufacturing each vehicle to ensure that customer faces no issues. Rolls-Royce is one of the most famous British luxury car producers which, however, also manufactured aero engines from 1914 until 1973. The brand's history intertwines with that of Bentley, especially after 1931. But its early history and development of the brand was a result of a vision of two men, Charles Rolls and Sir Henry Royce. History of Rolls-Royce dates back to 1904 when Henry Royce was introduced to Charles Rolls in Manchester. Royce ran an electrical and mechanical business since 1884, while Rolls was one of Britain's first car dealers. The thing that brought the two men together, however, was the two-cylinder Royce 10 that was made by Royce in 1904. Rolls preferred 3- and 4-cylinder cars. However, he was so impressed by Royce's two-cylinder vehicle that he promised him to take as many Royce's cars as he could make. Royce and Rolls reached an agreement according to which 4 models will be made. All will bear Rolls-Royce name and they will be sold exclusively by Rolls. The first Rolls-Royce two-cylinder car was presented at the Paris Salon at the end of 1904. In 1906, the two entrepreneurs formed Rolls-Royce Limited and started to look for appropriate location for car production factory. They considered several locations including Manchester where Royce had a factory, but they eventually decided for Derby because the city council offered them cheap electricity. The Rolls-Royce factory in Derby was designed by Royce, while the production began in 1908. Rolls-Royce. In addition to the 2-, 3- and 4-cylinder cars, Royce started working on development of a new 6-cylinder model with 40/50ths of a horsepower. In the following years, Rolls-Royce focused exclusively on the new model which came to be known as the Silver Ghost. It was the very same 40/50th model that made Rolls-Royce one of the most desirable brands and forced the company to open a second factory in the United States to be able to keep up with the demand. The factory in Springfield, Massachusetts, however, was closed in 1931 as a result of the Great Depression. After the end of the First World War, Rolls-Royce avoided all the attempts to merge the British car producers and successfully adjusted to the market demands. Since the sales of the 40 and 50 model were dropping, Rolls-Royce introduced a less expensive 20 model in the early 1920s. Rolls-Royce acquired Bentley in 1931. Bentley's factory in Cricklewood was closed and the production was moved to Rolls-Royce's facilities in Derby. Until the Second World War, Bentley was kind of a sporty version of Rolls-Royce. After the end of the Second World War until 2002, the standard Bentley and Rolls-Royce models were virtually identical. Whether you've just acquired a new model or you've always wanted to purchase a Rolls-Royce of your own, you're doubtlessly familiar with the Rolls-Royce Spirit of Ecstasy, the small statuette that graces the hood of every vehicle in our lineup. Depicting a woman in flowing gowns, leaning forward as if to jump into the wind, this Rolls-Royce hood ornament statuette has often been identified colloquially as the Flying Lady. However, there's a deeper history and meaning here that every true Rolls-Royce fan should understand. The Rolls-Royce hood ornament name is the Spirit of Ecstasy. When does this Rolls-Royce hood emblem originate? The Rolls-Royce Spirit of Ecstasy dates all the way back to 1909, when the sculptor Charles Sykes captured the likeness of Eleanor Thornton. Already in 1911, Rolls-Royce started to place this figurine on every vehicle that they produced, and this was one mascot that started to turn heads right away. What did the Rolls-Royce hood ornament, the Spirit of Ecstasy, represent to those who saw it in 1911? At the time, the culture in London generally depicted women as passive and as awaiting the actions and opinions of others. Nothing could have been further from the truth for Eleanor. who was a crucial force in the small group of motorists and enthusiasts who would found and brand Rolls Royce as the premier luxury motor car. The spirit of Ecstasy's active and engaged posture symbolizes freedom of thought and bold action. Her flowing dress is clearly reminiscent of the wings of a plane, and it symbolizes the freedom of movement and exploratory desire which fueled the birth of the Rolls Royce brand. Rolls Royce owners aren't like any other drivers in the world. They are free thinkers and uncompromising individuals who don't let convention dictate their lives or expectations. In many ways, they're a lot like a leaner Charles Rolls and Henry Royce themselves. Finally, always drive with responsibility. See you soon.